welcome. Hey, this is me. I'm Ken, and if you're watching now, you know that already. It's Ken with Ken's Comics, and it's Monday morning. It's been a busy weekend. I'm really excited about all the things that have been going on, and I wanted to jump on sort of short notice, unexpected. So thank you if you tuned in. If you're not tuning in live, that's okay. You can watch this anytime because it'll be posted. All right, anybody that's watching me knows I've been doing Kickstarter for the last week or so, um, a week in one day. I've been blasting about it long before that, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how that Kickstarter is going and what that means for the future and how it's going to change my plans coming forward. Starting out though, I want to say like life is pretty good. It's been a hard year for everybody. It's been a hard year for me. And I had the best day Saturday, and I just wanted to share that. My daughter got to do her first dance competition in in about 2 years. Her first real kind of dance competition with no masks or anything. The kids got to dance. It was an amazing experience. A lot of fun. We got to go to Frankenmuth, spent the day. Brought a friend of hers. Had a blast, and it was the closest thing to normal that I've felt since COVID started. So it was a humbling experience. It meant a lot to me, and it reminded me that what we need more than anything is each other, people. Man, it's being around people. I couldn't believe how amazing I felt being just backstage with the other prop dads and moms, just watching the dances and helping with things, and then getting to go out in the audience and watch the kids perform. The kids have worked so hard through a lot of this, missing rehearsals because of COVID, doing Zoom dances, which I mean, I think everybody agrees Zoom is a wonderful thing that helped us get through this, but I mean, everybody's tired of it, and you certainly can't work on your dancing and performing as an actor or dancer the same way. So it was great to have some in-person stuff and not feel. I mean, we're fully vaxxed and relaxed, so um, most of the team was too, and the parents, and we all just felt really comfortable. Nobody was tripping at all, and it was just the best. And the kids put on the best show ever. I haven't gotten all the we haven't gotten all the awards and stuff announced yet, but like, man, I don't even care because I know these kids did the best job ever. As far as I'm concerned, man, they all get gold medals and trophies. So thanks to Shining Star and to my daughter and my wife and all of our dance family for making that such an awesome experience. And uh, top of the icing of the cake, which my week was since last Sunday running a Kickstarter for my new project, Angel's Blood Zero, that I did with creator and writer Michael Barr. Mike created Angel's Blood, wrote the first issue, and wrote the Zero issue, which is the prequels. So I want to give a big thanks to Mike, without whom Angel's Blood doesn't exist. Um, Kickstarter, I've been working really hard on, hit its funding goal in 3 days, and that was deep. Because I set the goal. While I still set a modest goal, I just wanted to print some copies of the book, birth it into existence, if you would. Um, so I set a modest goal, but still higher than the last goal, which we hit in 2 days. This goal we hit in just under 3 days, and that's still like, dude, that's amazing. I feel so good about that. And what that means coming up then is, once you hit a goal, what do? Do you stop? Hell no. You make more goals. The thing about Kickstarter is you start out with a set amount that you need. Okay, I need this. All right, guys, you kind of put it out there. You plan your campaign and say, I want to print 100 copies of this book just to get started. And if you meet that, you know, anybody that's a creative person has more ideas in mind. So one, we want to get more copies. It would be really nice to be able to build up some stock and have copies to sell at comic book stores and personal events and conventions and stuff, um, without being out of pocket. And that's the thing. That's what Kickstarter is for people to be able to create stuff and not, spend their savings on it, or not. I have to go into debt, or because otherwise you can't. I can't take the mortgage money and print comic books with it, or I wouldn't have a house, and probably wouldn't have a wife. So that'd be all kinds of embarrassing. So Kickstarter is enabling us to get to make what we love, and hopefully keep making it. So I want to thank everybody that has backed it so far. I want to thank everybody that's liked it, shared it, talked about it. Some of you have blasted it for me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and even just getting the word out and helping share that way. And every bit helps, because this is all indie projects. So with that, I want to talk about our stretch goals, because beyond the modest amount we asked for, we are 150% funded right now, which means I made that goal, and we blew it away. So the next level for most of us is to start putting graphics up. Thank you. So first goal blown away, right? That was really, really awesome to do. Still, I could gush about it, but you've heard me run on a million times. So guys, thank you for that. Our next goals are going to be about, hold on, let me fix this. I'm going to backtrack a second. See, one thing that creators never have a chance to do, or hardly have money to do, is marketing or advertising, right? It's great to make these books. It's great to make your art, but then what do you do with it? Well, we got to do something with it. Otherwise, it just hits in a box. I could print 100 copies. In fact, to be honest, I printed 100 copies of my first book years ago, and they sat mostly in a box because I got them and I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't have an outlet. I wasn't doing conventions, and I didn't have any in-person stuff, and I didn't have a web store, and like it was awesome, and I'm still so happy. But I'm still working on those first 100 issues, because I had no idea where to go. So now we have more know-how. It's been some years, and I've gained a little knowledge. Not a guru or anything, but I'm working the system. So we want to work on marketing materials. We want to make up some cards, some flyers, some postcards, things to send out to comic book retailers. And this is all pretty boring, isn't it? Yeah. So we can put up Facebook ads and stuff like that. That's all marketing stuff. I put up that graphic too early because this is the teaser. In addition to the marketing stuff that we would like to do, and we're gonna there's not a set amount on that. So what we're gonna do is figure out what we can reasonably do. But to help entice everyone who hasn't backed yet, we're gonna also make more stuff. So the first goal was 600, and we hit that. We blew that away. We're currently at $930 after this morning, which is over 150%. If we make it to the next goal, which is going to be 1,200, we will be able to not only do some things to get the book out there, but we're going to make the colorized edition I've been talking about. And I know I've mentioned it on my other videos. We're going to put up some double-sided trading cards with Father Miller and Golgoth. These are our main two characters in the book, and we're going to put up cool collectible trading cards. And I, for fun, made this. I like swag. Maybe you don't, but I do. And we made poker chips with this slick Golgoth blood graphic on it. So on top of all the things that we've already made that you can get, we've got new stuff that we're going to make that you can get. Now, what is the colorized version of Angel's Blood, right? Angel's Blood is a line art intensive project. Anybody that's looked at this knows, you see all that cross hatching, that's my jam. You see all those lines, that's where I live. It's my style. So I'm known for that. It's what I do the best, what I do the most of. So Angel's Blood has never been intended to be colored, because I want the lines to do the talking for me. I always like for my line art to work. Let me show you something here real quick. And I like this, but I don't. So I love this. So this, like this picture here. I actually like doing this in color, but even when you color, I still feel you lose a little bit of the lines. So the line art that I drew this from the shadows, um, it's cool and it's fun, and I like this. I really do. I like color, but there's there's always going to be something for me, and for Angel's Blood in particular, that it leans heavily on the lines. So what I decided to do with the last version of Angel's Blood, we did a red splash edition. So I took and colored the lines wherever there was blood or wherever it made sense in the design for something to be red. We made it red, just red. So there's like one color in the whole book besides black and white, and it's red. And we loved that. I thought that worked really well. So, but when Mike wrote the prequel edition, he started to slip in other colors on me. Um, and at first, I'm like, no, we're not coloring this. But then I started to read into it. And I started to think about it, and it got to me like we could take what we did with the red in the first issue, and we can build on that, maybe take it to the next level because the art is better in this edition. I'm more experienced. I think I'm a better artist than I was 15 years ago. So we're gonna do color where color makes sense. Not everywhere still, but not coloring the empty space, but coloring the line art. So something like this, where we take something that's black and white, and I work in some blue where it's the bubbles underwater. Definitely, again, red. There's a lot of blood in this book, so things are going to be red. I'm not just going to color everything because I feel like that would lose the of the color splash edition. But um, Mike and I talked about this, and then hopefully people agree. If you don't, I get it. That's okay. We're still going to do the black and white version. The original version is going to be out there, like the one on your left, with just hopefully cool, slick, detailed but crisp line art in black and white. And again, that's my jam. That's where I live. I like all of that. Um, this one isn't so heavy on the cross hatching as the first issue. The story, I always feel like the story dictates what we do. The story dictates how my art's going to go. And it made the most sense to me. So, for example, when I'm doing Sky Princess is not a heavy crosshatch intensive book. In fact, it needs color. It's meant for color. So this project doesn't lean on the line art being really rough and hatch intensive. So something like Run has to be clean. It's a cartoon practically. When I did The Citizen, it was intended to be a Bruce Timm kind of a style. So very exaggerated character designs and no cross hatching at all, no shading practically. This is where the color does the shading, and every project just has its own life. Every project has its own style. Angel's Blood, though, Angel's Blood is supposed to be rough. And again, though, hopefully, I've grown as an artist and gotten better. But um, I just lost my train of thought. Long story short, I think the color splash edition with color just where it suits it to have some pop. If we have a sun, there'll be a glow, a bright yellow kind of a shine or something. Um, Red for the blood, stuff like that. So anyway, make a long story longer because Ken likes to ramble. That's what we're gonna do if we make this stretch goal. The second goal is up to you. I'm thrilled with how the book is doing, man. If this project ended tomorrow, it would be totally successful. Success, however, is measured in increments sometimes, and more success maybe better. If we get to do the colorized edition, awesome. If we don't, hey, awesome. We still get to do Angel's Blood because we made a success out of this first run, and then we'll have books for everybody to enjoy. This book's going to be out there no matter what. I guarantee it. The reason I wanted to come on today was to share all of this with you. Thank you for being a part of my my world here, my group, my clan, my I want to say tribe, but I feel like that's stealing from all my friends that use tribe, like Ted. Talk about Ted's tribe. Um, Comics Launch talks about the Comics tribe. Um, so and speaking of tribe, I guess the last thing I need to do here before I sign off, because my daughter has a dentist appointment, is thank everybody. I'm going to start with a blanket statement. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for encouraging. We artists have a weird thing. And I mean, artists, musicians, comedians, writers, anybody that has a drive to do anything creative, you have this weird duality of like the ego enough to think that your stuff is, worth something to the world. Like, I think that my art is so good that everybody wants to see it, right? But at the same time, you have this crippling self-doubt that maybe you're wrong and you're just not worth sharing with the world. And there really is, man. Everybody I've talked to, and I know some really successful people. I've seen people that I love and admire and think that they have it all say this exact same thing. Like, people that I know that work for like Marvel Comics or have the career that I wish I had, still feel like sometimes they're not good enough, or they're not gonna make it, and that's amazing to me because I feel that way, all the time, and I'm not a big time guy in any way, but I am who I am, so I'm happy with being Ken. So having that duality is something to struggle with. So when you get a win like I got this week, by succeeding this Kickstarter, I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna feel really good about it. So I thank you and everyone involved or not involved or just paying attention. Anybody that's not putting me down, frankly, thanks. And if you are putting me down, thank you for paying attention in the first place. I mean, I don't have a lot of haters. I did have to block somebody last week though. It was really cool. I've been throwing out some Facebook ads, which means I'm starting to reach people who aren't, just friends of mine or already liking the project. And I had somebody write some really nasty stuff back for no reason. You know how like when you're on Facebook, you can just keep scrolling if you don't like something. This guy had to stop and say something horrible. So I'm like, hey, I'm my first hater. Felt bad at first, and then I started to think, man, maybe that's what life feels like. Make it when you got your first hater. But thanks to everybody generally. Specifically, let's talk specific, because I want to thank first and foremost my wife and kid, who love me and support me and put up with me, especially throughout all of this. The stress of you're not supposed to talk about it, but the stress of running a campaign and making a project like this happen is it's a lot. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's a lot to do. I've been working hard on it since February, honestly, to make this happen. So thanks to my family and to my friends for supporting me there. I want to specifically thank Mike again for creating Angel's Blood. I want to thank Chase Passion, the rapper, musician, creator, wordsmith, known as Chase Passion, because he has been super supportive, kind and gracious enough to lend me his music, which I have started to become addicted to making videos with. Like this one.
I'm an academic.
I bottle every speck of light and throw it in the dark. Angel in appearance with a demon heart. Gaining pieces just to watch myself fall apart. From which way can I sway to make my mark? Trying to outrun the shadows, sad to embark my arc. So clueless that the influence can be so ruthless. With an angel and devil soldered to my shoulders, I second guess my movement. phase moving while I'm stuck in park. My mindset I'm losing, I'm gaining the goddamn contusion. It's hard to decipher reality from the illusion. A choice I'm fused with, couldn't decide, so I took them both and blended the fusion. When is a great question. My contradicting hues of light are progression, not lack of attention. Although I lack direction, my evil side says I'm perfect, my better half has confession.
Okay, my modest editing skills aside, and Chase Passion's music has a real depth to it. I love his wordplay and his beats. And that song in particular is called Angels and Demons. Not the first song I chose, but I had no choice but to go with it, being the theme of the song fit the theme of the book like so perfectly. So thanks to Chase Passion for the support. I want to thank Ted Davies for kind of kicking off this whole thing, let me know about StreamYard and ways that I could get video presentation out there to the world, which I've been doing weekly ever since I met up with Ted and did his show. So look up TED Talks on Facebook and YouTube. Ted Davies Artistry. Ted just finished a great Kickstarter himself for his project Grim 101. And that's really impressive. It looks like a really great book. I cannot wait to see that. His art has a really unique style and the watercolory way that he does things. It's very cool. It's very particular, and it's very awesome. I want to thank some other artists. So my friend Mohammed Lubis, my man the Lubisan, he did a great pinup for this project. I'm looking to see if I have it here. And it doesn't look like I still do. Oop, yeah, I do. Lubisan, man, my Mo, as I call him, Mohammed, is guy lives all the way across the world. He's on a 12-hour time difference. So wherever you are, Mo, I hope it's close to nighttime. You're probably getting some sleep, dude. This guy is a prolific artist, and he is an amazing, he just doesn't stop working. And I've watched this guy come up over the last decade to, through the struggles that we've all gone through as creators, the ups and downs, and suddenly, I see him doing better than ever. I want to give a thanks. Anyway, thanks to Mo. I'm going to post his Instagram in the comments because he rocks Instagram like nobody's business. And I'm jealous of that because I suck at Instagram. I really do. I want to give a shout out to my Pangea co-creators, and that's going to be Adam Wilkinson, who did a great pinup for the first issue of Angel's Blood, and that I use in Angel's Blood. He actually did the pinup for this issue here in Pangea. This is the first appearance of Angel's Blood, was in this anthology. Our friend Mandy Nelson, Eric Mitchell, Mike Barr, of course, myself, and Adam Wilkinson all have stories in this, and you can get this book right now on Indie Planet. I want to give a shout out to Ken Bastard. Look him up on Facebook. Yes, his name is Ken Bastard, and it's two Kens in one book, and he did a great. Oh wait, I'm backing up. Look up Ken. I don't have his work right now, but I'll post it later in the links too, because he did a great cover for the prequel edition. And this is the.
There is a question I'd like to ask you first here.
Sorry. That's a cool video though. It's Chase Passion.
There is a question I'd like to ask you first here, in the office of His Holiness. Do you believe in God, sir?
Father, I simply believe that religion.
I didn't ask if you believe what man says about God. I asked if you believe in God.
I'm an academic.
I bottle every speck of light and throw it in the dark. Angel in appearance with a demon heart. Gaining pieces just to watch myself fall apart. From which way can I sway to make my mark? Trying to outrun the shadow, sad to embark my arc. So clueless that the influence could be so ruthless. With an angel and devil soldered to my shoulders, I second guess my movement, phase moving while I'm stuck in park. My mindset I'm losing, I'm gaining the goddamn contusion. It's hard to decipher reality from the illusion. A choice I'm fused with, couldn't decide, so I took them both and blended the fusion. When is a great question. My contradicting views of light are progression, not lack of attention, although I lack direction. My evil side says I'm perfect, my better half has a confession. If I intertwine the two sides, I'd have sublime tendencies within the eyes I reside.
I'm steady looking in a double-sided mirror, watching myself through my reflection, reflecting on my spirit. My fear is that someday my split personality will develop its own reality inside with the enemy. Perplexes me and eyes messed in the head. Distress calls out to all of my closest friends. In my mind blends every segment and everything I pretend to not notice when I take the defense. But on the sunny side, all's good. Wife and kid, great. Slick job, work tough, and I'm never giving in. Turn to 311 up and live for positivity. I'm in my own paradise, so fuck all your bullshitting.
I feel my soul.
Come for the angels, stay for the blood. Yeah, I never even finished that video. I just had a ton of fun throwing stuff at it, man. I was like throwing spaghetti at the wall and just seeing what stuck. Like I said, man, thanks to Chase Passion for letting me play in his sandbox, because that's just fun to throw graphics up in front of those beats. I think I've given everybody that's in the book a shout out. I wanted to share one more time because we're going to be doing a special edition cover and poster of the Incredible Hulk homage. This is a Angel's Blood tribute to the Incredible Hulk #1, which is a huge influence on Mike and me. Thanks to everyone who's paid attention to that and supported that one along the way, because that was a rough cover to do, man. It was fun, but it was kind of hard. Not my style at all. I want to give a shout out to Harold, my pig, who is my favorite collaborator so far. Harold's really got my back everywhere I go. So thank you, Harold. You're the man. All right, that's enough, man. It's been a crazy morning. Thank you all. I always say I'm gonna make a short video, and I still talked for like half an hour. Although, I mean, to be fair, some of that was just watching videos. If you dug it, click like, subscribe, share the video. I put the link to the Kickstarter in the comments. So if you'd like any of the swag that I'm making, if you'd like any of the books that I'm making, I've got digital copies of several of my books, physical copies of all of my books. Hit me up, man. I don't make comics to make money. I make money so I can make comics. And so raising this money for the book is just going to help me make more books. And that's really what I'm in it for. I appreciate you. I thank you. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, that you take care of one another, and be kind.